Authenticity, being authentic, what does that mean then? Well, I can only say what it means for me, but for me, being authentic means speaking my heart-centered truth. If somebody asks me a specific opinion, then I will speak from my heart and I will speak as I find it. And what I've realised is that, you know, school system, education system, I've noticed that it conditions people to not speak the truth. It conditions them to spit out a narrative that's acceptable by mainstream. But what I've also noticed is I've got some friends who home educate their children, and their children are such a breath of fresh air because they will absolutely say everything as they see it without filter. And I love it. It's such a breath of fresh air because these dear ones are unaffected by life. They're how we should be. They say it as it is. They speak from the heart, and it's so refreshing. And it has made me realise how the education system is basically an indoctrination system. You know, you're conditioned, you're told not to do, you're told to be quiet, you're told to sit still and be an obedient citizen. And, you know, I think that's why people struggle to be authentic, because, you know, there's this idea that if I say something, then if you're offended, then it's my fault. Not that it's your unhealed self or your ego that's actually offended, because it's impossible to offend somebody's soul. You can only offend the ego. Now, in 5D, so, you know, we're moving paradigms, we're moving to this new golden age, and in 5D everything's really transparent, so we cannot be fake in 5D. Everything's transparent. Say what you mean and mean what you say, and you won't be able to tell a lie because it'll be so obvious. You won't be able to con and trick somebody, or, you know, diddle them out of money, to use a Derbyshire word. You won't be able to, because everything will be absolutely transparent in the 5D. And I notice that the more authentic somebody is, generally, the more spiritually connected they are. So, you know, if you're fake and, that fake self, then chances are that you are having to hide yourself because you're not as connected to source as you could be, or you don't feel like you'll be accepted for who you are unless you put on a fake version of yourself. But as we move into this 5D space, everything's transparent. You know, there's no place for conning, tricking, plagiarizing. It's all going to be very apparent, and I absolutely can't wait. I'm so looking forward to this openness, this calling a spade, and everybody's cool with that. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm bringing it in. I'm bringing it in with the way I am. I endeavour to be authentic, but from a heart-centered space. If I don't have anything good to say about somebody, I won't say it. I just won't mention it. But if somebody asks me an opinion, then I will give my opinion, because I always say, don't ask my opinion unless you want the real one, because you will get the real one. I can't do fakery or trickery. I've got a little hoverfly coming to say hello. Hello, hoverfly. So that's my take on authenticity. Dare to be your beautiful self, because the more you are your beautiful self, the more you will attract authentic relationships into your life. And when I say relationships, I don't necessarily mean girlfriend, boyfriend. I mean friends, colleagues, because when you are being your authentic self, you emanate that out into the world, and then you get that back. Hope that makes sense. Sending you loads of love. Bye for now.